Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Shield.com.
Streaming and podcasting worldwide, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we talk about some of the events on the In Wheel Time remote broadcast schedule, along with, hopefully, Gary Garnett, Director of Keels and Wheels, the car and in-the-water boat show, sometimes known as Concours D'Elegance.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's cool.
That's coming up in May.
Yeah.
Is he ready, Mike? Okay. Well, you'll let me know when he is. At any rate, so we're going to talk to him about the Keels and Wheels, and we're hoping to do that here momentarily. I did want to mention that we, next week, are going to be from the Hemi Hideout.
Yes.
It's an open house, but I think it's mainly a Corvette event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Corvette Club, I don't know.
Here's what I'm hoping.
Corvette Club.
Yeah. Big Corvette clubs.
Multiple clubs?
It could be. They said they were looking for 150 plus Corvettes,
Wow.
so maybe it is multiple clubs.
I don't know. I have no clue. But I'll tell you this, that I'm going to try. I'm going to try to have
Your baby rolling.
yeah. And take it out there.
But we talked about that last night.
Just to say that,
You're part of the organization, yeah.
Well,
Corvette.
yeah, but I'm not part of a Corvette club. It's kind of like I was talking to you about. I would love to get on a bowling league. Mm-hmm. But because of my hours, it doesn't work out for me, my actual job hours. Mm-hmm. Because I don't get off, and when I work the afternoon shift, I don't get off till 7 p.m.
I'd love to join a bowling league, but I don't bowl very well. So there you go.
But they've got people that don't bowl very well in leagues. Mm-hmm. They do it for fun and beer drinking.
Well, don't drink a lot of beer.
It's much more popular up in the northern states.
Right.
It's become a religion up there for some.
That's how I met Kathy.
Bowling?
My parents bowled with, she used to babysit for my cousin. And my cousin and my parents would bowl on a league on Sunday evenings, Sunday afternoons. And there was one time they came over to the house after bowling and they said, want you to meet this girl. I said, whatever. And we met. Yeah.
So it's the babysitter.
The babysitter, yeah.
Oh, my God.
But she wasn't babysitting me. I still need a babysitter.
Movie, Adventures with Babysitters or something like that?
I'm not familiar with that.
And I had a cool car.
Maybe I should be, but
I had a cool car. She liked the car more than me.
Yeah, exactly.
She still likes the car more than me.
Yeah.
So.
That would be the Nova.
Yeah. Yeah. And my mother used to bowl every Wednesday morning with her ladies' league. Yeah.
Really?
So it's a true fact that it's almost a cult.
Well, because it's cold outside, snow up to your yin yang, whatever that is, and nothing else to do except to go inside a nice warm bowling alley.
You get a bowling alley hot dog and Coke
and a pitcher of beer, and you're ready to go.
Golden. Yep.
It is golden. All right. Speaking of golden, there's this guy that I met. I guess I was trying to think exactly when it was, and I think it was in the 80s. And I did some work for him. I didn't know him in particular, but I knew some of his producers. And it was a company that did travel videos. And I did the voiceovers on them back when you did that sort of thing, before the internet stuff. And anyway, I did a lot of work there. And the owner's name was Gary Garnett. Well, decades went by, and he sold the business and blah, 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 blah. Time went by, and so all of a sudden, I don't remember where it was, but I was at some place, and there is Gary Garnett. I'm going, wait, Travelview? Yeah, done. You worked for me. Going, yes, I did. Guess what? He's back.
He's back.
And it's a different kind of take. Gary Garnett, good morning to you, sir.
We don't have an image
just
yet.
Dropped him.
Yeah.
Oh.
There he is.
Can you hear us, Gary?
I hear you now, yes.
All right, very good. Gary Garnett, it's good to see you, my friend. Not that I haven't. I saw you on Wednesday. We had lunch together. But Gary is now the director of Keels and Wheels. And so we had a nice conversation and talking about some of the stuff that you guys have got coming up at this year's Keels and Wheels. Now, I know that it's a ways away. May 4th and 5th is when the Keels and Wheels this year is going to take place. And this is a Concours D'Elegance. And it is a high-end car show that you pay good money to go see some very expensive cars and some very unique cars as well from all over the United States. And Gary, I understand that this year you're doing 60 years of Ford Mustang and Donzi boats.
That's correct.
Well, how were you able to gather up classic Ford Mustangs at the concours level?
Well, we've got connections all over the country with collectors, and this has been going on for 28 years. Bob Fuller started this, and we've got a group of guys that love cars, and Tommy Hammond, Uzi. We've got a bunch of guys that know the right people, and there's a lot of cars, a lot of Mustangs, and a lot of Donzis in the state of Texas and in the Houston area, as well as all around. So we are just on the phone inviting those people to bring their cars. We have a car selection committee that actually looks at each one, pictures, etc., and make sure we get the quality cars.
Well, and that's another unique thing about this concours, because this is not one of those that everybody in America can just say, oh, I'm going to enter my car here. You have to be invited by Keels and Wheels in Houston, right?
That's correct. It's not a Saturday night parking lot show.
Well, not that there's anything wrong with that. No,
those are great. In fact, some of our cars are there. Quite honestly, we have a lot of collectors that participate, and there's car shows going on all over Houston all the time.
Yeah,
and we've got people in doing that. But ours is it's a unique setting. We're the only concourse in the country or the world probably that does boats and cars. It's held at Lakewood Yacht Club. And, of course, we have the boats there. We have a lot of the old vintage wooden boats. We will again this year. But Donzi, being 60th anniversary, we're getting a lot of interest, and there's a lot of beautiful restored Donzis out in the world. I happen to have a 1967 Sweet 16 totally restored that I will have there.
Are you going to have it in competition with the other ones?
I am.
So there's not going to be any kind of good old boy pat on the back kind of deals going on under table, is it?
Oh, no, not at all. The judges that'll be judging that, I don't even know them. Yeah.
Well, and how do you think you're going to hold up with that?
Well, mine's pretty nice, but there's an awful lot of beautiful ones out there, so I don't know.
Well, explain to everybody, I have heard of Donzi. Are they still in business?
Oh yeah. There's a really strong Donzi Restoration Club I'm a member of, and I get text messages, emails every day, from the group. There's just a lot of them out there. I didn't realize that until I bought this Donzi, and then I started getting involved in it and doing a little bit of research, and it's a big group. And of course the Mustangs, we all know what the Mustangs are.
Yeah, to say the least. As a matter of fact, we had one that was right across from us at this year's Auto-Rama that was a very unique car. It was a pre-production Mustang.
Right.
And
it'll be at Keels and Wheels. That's Eric Lipper's car.
Yeah, red one.
Yep, it's a beautiful red one, and the story behind that car is truly amazing. And you just walk up to the car, you're thinking, well, it's just a regular old Mustang. No, it's not. It's a pre-production model, meaning that it was hand-built by Ford Motor Company to be on display and not to be sold. And he got this car, and it is truly amazing, the intricacies of it and the uniqueness of it, where there's certain parts of the car that an inch longer here.
Right, it's a different length and width.
Yeah. And it's truly amazing. And those are the kinds of things that you see at Keels and Wheels, isn't it?
That's correct. Yes, we try to find the most unique, the best restored, the best kept cars in the country. We spend a lot of money bringing. I think they told me our budget this year is $20,000 for transport to bring a lot of these cars in from museums. A lot of the what we call the big iron or the old iron car, the concours older vintage cars, are getting hard to find. Unfortunately, and I'm a lot older than you, Don, but our age group.
Thank you.
Thank you for not including Jeff and I in that.
Exactly.
I didn't say miles. I said age.
I understand. Yes, exactly.
Okay. A lot of the old cars are going to museums. They were in family collections, and obviously the sons and daughters of the owners may not want to keep them. So a lot of them are going to museums, and they're getting harder and harder to find, which is one of the reasons this year we're also adding for the younger generation and our generation. I think you remember, Don, when back in the 60s or early 70s, maybe one of the cars you had a 68 Camaro or 69 Camaro or a 69 Corvette. And now that we've made a little bit of money and we want to have that, we want it to be a brand new 2024 drivable car. And we've got a bunch of builders that are building these cars, and we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars with new suspension, new frames, new brakes, new motors, everything. In fact, we're doing one that Smitty's Rehab Garage has been in a build with for over 3 years. It's a Chevelle, and we're going to unveil and present that car to the owner from Peru at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. It'll be the first time the car's been uncovered, shown, and handed over to the owner of it.
Wow. How cool is that? Yeah. Well, the other thing, too, is that this is going to really kind of revolve, at least a certain number of cars are going to be Resto mods in a special display, correct?
That's correct. The center tent where we featured the race cars last year and where we featured Ford versus Ferrari will be dedicated to 25 to 30 of the highest Resto mods in the country. We've got Range Rover Defenders coming in that are just unbelievable. We've got Corvettes, Camaros, several local builders are our sponsors. Creative Class and Custom out of Kemah, Smitty's Rehab Garage, and we've got 2 or 3 others that are pending that'll be coming in. And a lot of their work will be shown. They'll be there for people to talk to in case you want to have a Resto mod built. And then a lot of their clients' cars will be there on display.
So, Gary, the Resto mods on the car side, do you have any Resto mod boats that'll be pulling in there?
I'm not. We've got some. They're not really called Resto mod boats per se. We've got Donzies and boats that have been upgraded in horsepower and engines, and these things done to them. And I think there'll be a lot of those. We've got several interesting boats that'll be on display that we're negotiating right now that people have not seen. So yes, there will be some really interesting boats there.
Very good.
We're focused very heavy because again, the old wooden boats are getting hard to find and hard to get.
And they're also extremely expensive if they're restored correctly.
They're extremely expensive to restore, and they're also expensive to maintain. That's not something you just leave sit out in the weather, or they've got to be sitting in humidified garages, and it's a continual work to keep those boats in first class shape.
I never thought about that. In the car business, we try to keep ours all nice and dry and nice and cozy. But,
right.
The humidity, I would imagine, does play a big part in that. You don't want the seams to start pulling apart on a boat.
Well, it's kind of interesting. We've had many times when we bring those old wooden boats in and they're put in the water, and we bring them over to the dock there at Lakewood, which is right below the club there. They're seeping a little water through those wooden seams, and after being in the water for a little while, they'll swell up, but it makes you nervous when you start to see them leak a little.
Yeah, needless to say, I mean, I could see me in there bailing water, at midnight,
Right.
going, let's keep
Freaking
it off the
out,
bottom
yeah.
of the bay out there.
Did you attend this year's Automotive Show at NRG?
I did.
What'd you think?
I always liked any of the car shows. I've been a car nut since I was 14 years old, and my first car was a 1930 Model A. At 14 years old, I can't believe they let us get a driver's license back in those days at 14 years old, but they did, and that was my first car. And I guess I've loved cars and boats as well. I'm a very avid a boater and member of the yacht club and that. So I go to this. In fact, I understand my son just texted me and he said, Conroe swap meets today, Dad. Did we forget it? And I went, uh-oh.
I guess you did.
Well, you know what? It's not too late. It's still early in the morning.
And you're exactly right. And that's exactly probably where I'll be heading.
Well, how many cars do you own now? Collector cars?
I have kind of a unique collection. Mine are not necessarily show cars. I have a variety. I think I have 16 now. I bought another one last week, so I think I have 16.
But you know what? Those are the
Louisiana to pick up a 1927 Oldsmobile 4-door sedan, totally restored on Wednesday of this week.
Nice. You going to drive it back?
Oh yeah, it'll only take me. I'll be here by Keels and Wheels. No, I'm gonna trailer it back. I've got an interesting little car. I think I showed you a picture of it. A 1969 Cheetah, which was the answer to the Mustang.
Yeah.
It's a kit car, but there's very few of them around. I took it to Coffee and Cars, which we have at Lakewood week before last, and I was sitting next to Eric's Mustang, the red Mustang you were talking about.
Right.
And it was an interesting thing. Here's a multi-$1,000 car sitting there, and then my little Cheetah. But it's sure fun to drive.
I know. I've seen one restored on a television show not that long ago, and I'm going, I remember the name and vaguely remember the car.
And the purpose.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Opel GT, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of that kind of look to it, except it had a hotter motor in it. Yeah, I can only imagine.
Oh, yeah. It has a 400 horsepower motor in it, and it's 2,600 pounds, has an 18-inch drive shaft, so you're sitting kind of on the rear end.
How funny. Listen, I really excited about working with you guys, in Wheel Time Car Talk Show and the 28th annual Keels and Wheels. And you said, we really need to start kind of promoting it and getting people thinking that way, May 4th and 5th. And I said, well, why don't we do that? Let's have you on the show. And we appreciate you taking the time today. And I want to invite all of our viewers and listeners to be sure and check it out, keels-wheels.com. You can get all of the information there. Can you buy tickets yet?
You can buy tickets. Go to our website. It gives you a lot of information. If you're coming in from out of town, we've got hotels that have specials there. The city of Seabrook and the city of Nassau Bay are both our big sponsors, as well as Seabrook Plaza, which is the new Margaritaville hotel and condos that's coming in. But now all that information is on the web. Go online. You can buy discount tickets early, which is a plus. If you wait till the day at the gate, they're $40, but you can get them for $30 online. We have buses running from parking lots all over the area from Nassau Bay, right off the Gulf Freeway.
And speaking of that, Gary, let me interrupt here and just say that you're going to have a 146 cam stationed out there. So the day that they finish the construction, it's going to be tight, but they're going to finish that rehab just before Keels and Wheels, and it's going to be wide open.
Big celebration.
People from around the world are going to be flooding in
Cheering.
off of 146 because that's basically where Seabrook and the Lakewood Yacht Club
A lot of
is.
tears.
Right at the corner of 146. I was out there yesterday. They are opening up the ramps now and the access, and I would say by early April, that'll be fully accessible. We had a little bit of problem last year because it is congested coming in from that direction, but this year it will not be. And you mentioned that the cam. We have a camera that will be set up that we will be broadcasting Keels and Wheels 24 hours to our website and to the world. Showing for the people that can't get here from around the world, we'll be showing the cars and we'll be doing interviews. We're going to be working with you guys who hopefully will be there with us and promoting that, as well as we're looking forward to working with you.
Well,
like you said, it's been years since we've seen each other, and we worked together more years ago than we're going to tell anybody.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. We have grandchildren now, or grandchildren. Who knows? Gary, it's great to talk to you. It's great to talk to you, my friend. Thanks so much for all the information. We'll be in touch, and we're going to talk to you again here in the next few weeks, and keep up to date on what you got going on now at Keels and Wheels, okay?
I look forward to seeing you. And just off the cuff, I met a guy at the club yesterday that you went to high school with, Bill Kingsbury.
Oh, yeah. My God, yes. Absolutely,
so
I did.
The next time you come out to have lunch with me, Bill wants to be there. He said he's got some stories he wants to tell.
I'm sure he does, yes.
Last time we see him.
My reputation seems to precede me. Gary, thanks again, my friend.
Thank you very much, and we look forward to working with you.
Thanks,
You
Gary.
too. Gary Garnett and Keels and Wheels. Okay.
Yeah, we need to take a recorder with us when we go to lunch with
Hell
him.
no, you're not going to. There's no cameras or recorders allowed. Cruise in events calendar. Does anybody have that, Mr. Mars? I know that you're
I
busy
have some
being social.
events that I would like to
All right,
talk
please
about.
do.
And I got cruisins.
All right.
Coming
but
up.
I tell you what, hold that thought because I need to take a quick break.
Okay.
So you can gather your thoughts because
Absolutely.
everybody wants to listen to this. All right.
I know I do.
Me too. All right. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. Want to feel good about something special you did for someone special? In Wheel Time and the original Lupi Tortilla group of Tex-Mex restaurants have joined together to help a very worthy cause, God's Garage, a Christian-based 501c3 charity. We know there are lots of places and organizations out there where you can donate a car, truck, or SUV, but we're asking you, our car enthusiast family, to consider donating to God's Garage. Visit godsgarage.org and learn about its mission, the women that have been helped, how each one is screened, and about their Restore You program. A car donation is an easy way to make a difference in the lives of others. God's Garage needs good operating vehicles, but will take all types in working and non-working condition. Make your heart and soul feel good by donating your gently used vehicle and help support single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military at godsgarage.org.
Well, that's just great, Don Armstrong. Right on the butt. I was making fun of Mars being social and everything, and here I am reading
Being
news.
social.
Yeah, being social. So, welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. You know our show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream our 3-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com, and podcasts from your favorite podcast provider. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is everywhere, and we invite you to tell your friends about it. Okay, Cruise In events calendar. You guys have
Okay,
that.
I've got the Cruise In calendar.
Okay.
And what we're talking about is Clear Lake Cars and Coffee is going to be at Grace Church at 14505 Gulf Freeway. It is today from 7 a.m. right now till 11. Bundle up, dress warm because it's cold out. Cypress Cars and Coffee is at Fairfield Baptist Church. That's at 27240 US 290. That's from 8 a.m. It's going on right now until 10 o'clock this morning. And then we have the Kingwood Classic Cruisers and Cars and Coffee. That's at Whataburger in Kingwood. Kingwood, Texas, 4545 Kingwood Drive today from 8:30 to 10. I'll kind of go through this. We've got one, my favorite. I've been down there a couple of times, have seen it. I haven't been to the cruise yet, but it's Wharton Cruise Night. It's tonight. It is at Domino's Pizza in Wharton. It's a nice little facility. It's at 309 East Bowling Highway, which is pretty much in nowhere. It's kind of in between two big cities.
That's called a cruise. It's
That's right.
Cruise over there.
And it's 6 p.m., so it's going to be a nice drive. Once the weather clears up, gets a little bit more sunny, and it'd be a nice thing to do. Conroe Cruisers Saturday night cruise tonight at Kroger Marketplace parking lot, 341 South Loop, 336 West in Conroe, Texas, 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. tonight. So
right.
Be there or be square.
Now, does Mars have anything, or was he just teasing this?
He's going to do it in the next.
I'm going to do the events calendar.
When
in the
later?
next hour.
Yeah, when it comes up.
Okay. Well, I just
Yeah.
No, we got it. We're
Okay.
good.
I did want to mention to you that there are some recalls that I wanted to tell you about. Oh, yeah, always. Tailgate may open while driving on the Chevy Silverado 2500, 3500, and same for the GMC 2500, 3500. Model years 20 to 24. That's being recalled. Lots of Acuras. MDX, RDX, TLX, Accord Hybrid, Civic Type R, CRV. Airbag may deploy unintentionally during a car crash. It also involves the CRV Hybrid, the Fit, the HRV, the Insight, Odyssey, Passport, Pilot, Ridgeline, all of that being recalled. And please, if you're part of that, please get your car in, because people can die because of these things, and they have. Don't be one of those. And all you have to do is go to safercar.gov, put in your VIN number, which you can find on your insurance card, and it'll tell you, yes, your car is being recalled, or no, it's not being recalled. Loss of drive power from a faulty drive shaft on the Genesis GV60, the Hyundai Ioniq, and the Ioniq 6 for the model year 2023. Mercedes-Benz headlights are aimed incorrectly. Does anybody really care about that? I guess so. Somebody does. 2019 to 2022 model years GLC and the AMG GLC, basically all of the GLC models. And the Nissan Leaf, the rear view camera image may not display from 2018 to 2022.
It's all electric. Leaf.
Engine valve springs may break from Kia, the Kia Telluride for 2024.
Wow.
And if that happens, you're toast, buddy.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, that's not good. So you'll need to get your valve springs.
Does it say what size engine?
I got to take my car in and get my valve springs.
Does it say what size engine, or is it just all of them?
It doesn't say, and it could be.
Because they come in a variety.
Well, maybe. It doesn't say which engine.
Gotcha.
But if it doesn't say, chances are that all of the Tellurides have the same engine.
Bring it on in.
Bring it on in. Or, like I said, check safercar.gov.
That's right.
And it will tell you.
For many things.
Yes. Anything and everything. Even if you've got a sore toe, dial in.
Or if you've got trail rash.
Trail rash.
Trail rash.
That's a new thing.
That's what she said.
Yeah, she said trail rash. That was our Jeep.
That stuck with me.
I don't know.
It's like an earworm.
Our wheelers.
Wheelers.
I've never heard that term before, but as old as I am, I don't know everything,
some of the Jeep
and I'm
clubs,
reminded of that quite frequently.
Some of the Jeep clubs that we used to talk to, kind of COVID, they kind of dispersed during COVID, so we've kind of just now getting back into talking with the Jeep clubs again.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if they're involved in the Jeep thing down on the coast, Galveston.
We don't
probably
talk about
not.
that.
Yeah, okay.
You talking about Jeep Go Topless weekend?
Yeah, that's
what county is that? Is
Galveston.
that Chambers?
Galveston
County.
Yeah.
If I were Galveston County, I'd ban that thing.
yeah. I think they're going to.
They can't. Literally, they can't.
Well, it's a public beach.
Well, not only that, it's not an organized event. It's like like a rave.
And
that's the reason most of the Jeepers that were there, they've moved on down the coast
Toward
away
you.
from Galveston County because of all the side by sides, the trucks, and all the
riffraff.
It's a good word for it. That's now coming down there for the big party, and it's really turned into a bad thing for the Jeep name. So they've moved.
Gotcha.
There's still some there, but most of them have moved.
Yeah. They need to fix that. Okay. Time now for a quick break. We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. Our address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We're back after a quick break. Stay with us.
The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggie Land? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana, stop in at the Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.